Tell me all that you may know.
Good morning. We're off on another adventure, hopefully a more successful camp this time. We're going and trying out another Camp Wild, which is in the Dark Peaks. So when you book, you don't know where you're going until after you've booked. So because we're having to use public transport and Shank's pony, it's always a bit of a gamble knowing whether we can get there or not. And this particular one is tricky to get to from Congleton where we are. We could have got the train into Macclesfield and walked from there, but it's actually about 8 miles from Congleton, and because we're practicing for our Northumberland Coast Path walk, we thought we'll just try and make it from here to there. 8 miles with our packs on, it should be a good practice. The Ordnance Survey app that I have, where was I? Oh yeah. So the Ordnance Survey app that I have has this snap to path feature, which only works in national parks, but obviously this is the Peak District, so we're in a national park. So because the map that we've got doesn't have Congleton on it, only has sort of half today's walk on it, I just press the start, where we will start from, I press where we're going to, and it sorts out a path for us, which we're going to walk along. It saves you having to try to figure it out on your phone's Ordnance Survey. The screen's quite small on the phone, so anyway, it's taken us partly up the canal and then across the hills. I've got about 9.5 kilos weight. Henry's got 10.2, but we are carrying food and a vacuum flask of ginger and green tea. So we're hoping we won't have to carry any water because I've got a filter and there's a reservoir, and where we're going to has a stream, which I think we'll be able to filter and boil the water from there. So that's us, and we're off. See how we get on. We're a mile or so into our walk and we've come off the canal now, and we're on the East Cheshire Way. Packs are feeling okay at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, not too bad.
Mind you, we haven't gone that far. The pollen is building up today. I've got antihistamine eye drops in so that I can see where I'm going, but I'm trying to avoid taking the pills unless I have to. So if any sniffs escape into the video, I'm sorry about that, but I do actually sit and edit them all out as much as I can, because there's nothing worse, is there, than hearing someone sniffing. There are baby squirrels everywhere this year. I don't know if it's been a particularly good year for them, but they're weeny and they bounce so high. The sun has come out and we're super hot, and luckily we found a churchyard. And as you probably know, you can always get good clean water to drink in a churchyard. Thank you to whoever. It saves us having to carry loads of water, eh? Got some cows coming down the path with a chap behind them, so we thought we'd stop and let them do their thing. Don't want to get the cows confused. What's he doing?
Reading up the electric fence.
Oh, it's an electric fence, so I see. Oh, maybe he's coming right down here then.
I think so, yeah.
We were so busy watching the cows, we missed the footpath. And now we've got a herd following us. Anyway, we found the footpath again now. Hello, we're off now. See y'all. Nice to meet you. Completely missed that. I've just come to Bosley Reservoir, which turns out is owned by the Canal and River Trust, and it feeds the Macclesfield Canal. Apparently it's being managed at 10% holding capacity while they're upgrading it. This might be one of the reasons why the Macclesfield suffers from a lack of water from time to time. No unauthorised swimming, of course. We are toiling up a very steep hill, road actually, a road on a hill, and the car's just come past hooting and waving in a very friendly manner. So either somebody has recognised us out here, which is very unlikely, or maybe it's the farmers that we're going to stay with. We're a few miles from their land yet, but maybe it's them and we're the only people who would be walking up this road. Who knows?
Well, that ain't Macclesfield.
We've just come over the hill, well, finished coming up that hill, and we're going down again. And over there we can see Manchester, the huge metropolis of Manchester with hills behind it. We've got a big old Shire horse. He's having a smell of us.
Where do we go through then?
And we've got to go down. It's an old drover route, this apparently. We've got to go down to the right of the hedge, but we just don't want to startle the horse or any of his cow mates. So we're just giving them a minute to get used to us. Well, we walked a long 10 miles and we've got here in one piece. It's very nice here. There's a little brook bubbling away, tiny lake, really nice and peaceful. So I'm just about to set up my new sleeping system. Henry's got a new sleeping bag to try tonight, and I've got a whole new sleeping system. I'll show you. So this is the whole sleep system. There's a sleeping mat, a sheet, a pillow and a sleeping bag all in there. Actually, it's not a sleeping bag, it's a quilt. And I could have got all the bits separate, but I needed all of the bits, so I decided to buy what they call a bundle, which makes it a little bit cheaper, because I can tell you this is not cheap. So this will be my first night sleeping on it, and I'm going to set it up and show you how it works. So the mat is filled up with a little inflation sack like this. You just sort of blow across it and then squeeze the air into the mat many times. You're supposed to fully inflate these, so I think that's probably done. Non-return valve, so you don't lose what you've blown in. Right, and I guess that will go down that way. So that's the mat. Then the next bit is the important bit. It's the sheet. So make sure I put it on the right way. That goes on like that. That goes on like that, tighten up there. Oh, I knew there was something else. That's got to go around the back. Makes more sense now. First time I've done it, so bound to be a bit cack-handed. Okay, that's better. Okay, it's going nowhere now. And these are the clever bits on the side. So this is the quilt. And you can have the bottom closed or open. And then you match these clips up with the clips on the sheet, and they're all colour coded. It also has a drawstring if it's cold and you want to pull it up around you. It pulls up so you don't get your shoulders cold. So the point is, if you're a restless side sleeper like I am, this isn't going to come off in the night and you're going to stay inside it like a bed. And then there's the pillow. I mean, this wasn't strictly necessary, but it came in the bundle, so I've got that too. And that's got a little down pad, and then a bit you blow up, and then the whole lot goes inside the pillowcase, and then this can clip in under there as well, so that also doesn't move. So I'll get this blown up, get it in the tent, and I'll let you know in the morning how comfortable it is. Oh, you've got a teeny tiny frog. Oop, I think I better get him off here. We've got a couple of steak burgers for dinner tonight, and when they're done I'll chuck in these potatoes which I cooked yesterday, and they've got olive oil and spices on them, and in with them will go some mange tout and some tomatoes. None of it takes more than a few minutes to cook, and it's always handy doing the potatoes before you get here. We started off with the burgers frozen this morning and they're still cold now, so tomorrow night we'll probably have to go to a local pub because we won't have any food left by then. Yum yum, bon appetit.
Have you got enough potatoes?
Yeah. God, it's nice with the tomatoes. Really nice. Good morning. Well, we had a really long sleep last night. The Zen Bivy was a dream. In fact, I think I went to sleep on one side and I woke up on the same side about 8 hours later. So I'm really happy about that. Apart from very swollen eyes due to hay fever, I feel as bright as a button this morning. I think I slept better in there than I did on the boat. It's all puffy and lovely to sleep on, so that's really good. And Henry's sleeping bag was good too. Rained all night long as well, but it's cleared this morning, and we're going to have some breakfast and head off to a local pub for coffee, and then go and explore Macclesfield Forest. Well, after lunch we're toiling our way up Teggs Nose, and on the way there's these pretty looking cows, and they're on what's called a virtual pasture. So they have a monitor around their neck, and if they wander outside a particular area it makes a sound. I think I saw this on Countryfile a few weeks ago. So they're free to wander around without any fencing, which is a really good idea. I've got some homemade energy bars in Henry's rucksack, which we're going to break out once we get to the highest point. It's like the carrot to get us up the hill, or in this case the date and coconut to get us up the hill. Whoops. Well, it's morning number 2 and we're up nice and early, packed up and on the road to find our way back to the boat again. Ready to do hopefully the Bosley flight tomorrow. It opened yesterday. Apparently at one point yesterday there were 25 boats waiting to go up, so by the time we got tomorrow hopefully they'll have cleared those. This was a really nice trip, about 100% more successful than the last one. Sleep systems are brilliant, and we've had a nice explore of this beautiful area. So, looking forward to the next one. And that's it for now. See you next week. Have a good week, everyone. Bye for now.
Won't
Just
you
laying here
come
in
and
my Zen
stay
bivvy, and I'm never getting out.
if you know the way?